Well, hi friends, Doc South here, down along the shores of the Musconetcong River, near Port Murray, New Jersey. Of course, the Musconetcong River borders our backyard where we live. And overnight, what was that? During the day, actually, more during the day. Overnight, we feared that we'd be getting a tropical storm. I believe Tropical Storm Faye. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe I'm right on that. Well, Faye came about mid-morning today, and it's still raining a little, but it looks like pretty much the bulk of it is over now. I thought you might like to see how things turned out. I believe it was a day or so ago that I got these that I took pictures of a very low and lethargic Musconetcong River. Now let me just turn to my right, and well, there you are. I'll just go slow to begin with. There's of course the old snake, the snake or the sea serpent log, and then of course the yard we have that borders the river, or is up against. It's more of a beach than the backyard. Now, let's see. Yesterday, that area where that log is, it was all dry. In fact, you could have easily walked across. You wouldn't have got wet at all. There was and still is, a log in there, in amongst the greenery. I'm talking almost in mid-frame. Of course, we've got a larger log that was there the other day. None of these logs seem to have moved, at least not that I can see. You may remember in the original video I took when the river was down, when the Muskie was down, this was almost like a little pathway of rocks that led out, about another 4 or 5 feet. Well, you see they're pretty much taken care of now, covered. Again, nothing too serious across the stream. Well, it was a little narrower to get across the stream, and you definitely could have walked and certainly not gotten your knees wet. Now I think the water would be above your knees. There was a rock wall there, and you see now that if I hold this up high enough, you can see that now the water's just flowing over it like a little cascade. Excuse me. That large log or felled tree that I always say kind of looks like a sea serpent now really looks like a sea serpent. Water was going right under it. Yes, a day or so ago, I guess yesterday. You got a bit of a rapid in here now. This is the area where those girls came by young girls came by in their bathing suits and kind of got stuck right about here on their little rafts that they were riding. They managed to get downstream. Now I think I think we'd hear a lot of hollering if they came through now. They'd probably have themselves a grand old time. Of course, the woods, as you see now, the water is lapping at some of the lower limbs of the trees. Let's see what else here. Again, I thought we might get more. Again, underfoot rather, the water, the ground is very mushy. Again, not quite to the point of quicksand. And in Basset Rock, as you see now, you could see the very bottom of the rock. Now it looks like the water, I would say, comes up about halfway on Basset Rock. The various rocks that were here are now covered a bit, and again, the old Muskie's just floating on down. Well, it's on its way to the Delaware River, which I imagine is pretty busy right now too, taking on the flow. And you can see on behind this bush where it was dry, you can see water all back underneath the overhanging branches. All in all, the storm came, the storm went, and it looks like the river's pretty much just business as usual. It's kind of doing its thing. Now you can look at my my other Musconetcong River report where the water was low. That's only about one or two videos back in my on my YouTube page, Doc South Show on YouTube. You can see how things have changed. I believe back then we did a Lord's Prayer moment. Let's do one now. Well, I'll tell you, wouldn't take much more water and we'd have ourselves, it'd be pretty wild here. Again, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Actually, the river kind of looks pretty all fired up here right now, don't it? Not too bad. And it looks like no harm done, near as I can see. If anything, probably some of the litter that might be along the river and some of the loose sticks, well, now they've moved on down. We'll catch you later, friends. Thank you, and God bless.